Ever wonder who's out there making the world go round? It's truckers. Who unites baristas with coffee beans? Truckers. Who unites dogs with their favorite chew toy? Truckers. That's why Progressive offers truckers even more protection with Cargo Plus coverage to keep truckers moving right along. Quote truck insurance today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not yet available in California, New York, and Virginia.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Every day as a small business owner feels like solving a puzzle. One moment you're cruising along, and the next, there's a shipping snag that has you scrambling. But here's a surprise you will like. With Progressive, small business owners save 13% on their commercial auto insurance when they pay in full. So go ahead, surprise yourself. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Yay Networks. Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin', the post-Thanksgiving celebration edition. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans with my husband and podcast co-host Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
Now, we had every intention of putting out an episode on Thanksgiving, which is why we didn't warn you we weren't going to have an episode on Thanksgiving Day. But you know what they say about the best of intentions. I can't remember exactly what they say about the best of intentions. Is it the road to hell is paved with good intentions? Is that what they say? Is that the saying?
I believe that is the saying.
Yeah, there you go. I figured it out in real time. So anyway, we're not on the road to hell, but we're really sorry about not having a podcast for you on Thanksgiving Day.
I'm on a highway. I'm on a highway to hell.
No, you're not.
Oh.
You're not going to hell any way, shape,
That's
or form.
That wants an AC/DC song.
I don't know. I don't like it. All right. So anyway,
What about Hell's Bells?
I don't know what that means other than it just rhymes. It's like the bee's knees. Do bees technically have knees? Does hell have bells? I don't know. It just rhymes. So anyway, we are back. We have a lot to unpack from our road trip. We were gone like 10 days, honey. It was a long time to be gone. Went a little off the rails on the eating program that I've been on. So I'm back on it now and trying to get everything ready now for Christmas. Alan's been doing such a great job at Evans Manor. He went up in the attic while I was at work on Monday after being gone, we went to Kids, and then Alan and the boys drove up, and we stayed in Florida for all of Thanksgiving week, and then we all drove back together as a family. He went up in the attic and got down the Christmas tree and put that up, put the wreaths on the door, and today he put up one of the deer in the front yard, which is so great, and I have done nothing but online shop. I'm getting stuff to put under the tree that is yet to be decorated. I'll get to it.
Speaking of... Dun dun dun! I know something that you don't know. Ho 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 ho.
So this is the
okay. Bum bum. I've done some shopping, and you don't know.
Okay.
Ho, 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 ho.
See, now I know everybody listening right now thinks that's so cute that Alan does that. In fact, that is like the theme music for this podcast because every birthday, anniversary, and especially leading up to the buildup of the holidays, we have to hear that song on repeat. It's really cute the first 17 times you hear it, I'd say.
Yep. I've done some Christmas shopping already.
Annoying.
I've done some Christmas shopping already.
Well, Alan and I already had a talk. We spent so much money.
Oh.
We spent a lot of money.
Oh.
on our vacation to Florida. I was like, Alan, I think we could have gone to Hawaii
Twice.
on what we spent. It ain't cheap. But we said, let's not really do anything. We like to have something to open, but let's not go crazy. But he didn't want to set a dollar amount, right?
I told Kelly I don't want anything. I straight up said, do not buy me anything
But
for
I have
Christmas.
to have something for you to
I
open.
have
I say the same thing and you don't stick to it.
I have a garage full of motorcycle shat. In fact, I'm sure I can walk out there, find something that's not been opened,
Rewrap it and gift it to
give
yourself.
it to you and say, give it to me.
Fine. I was saying we have to have something for each other to open. I mean, right? Because what happens when a couple makes a pact? We're not buying anything for each other for Christmas this year. One of them breaks the pact and then the other one feels like ish.
Well, I'm telling you, that's why I was singing the dun dun.
So you bought me something after all that.
Oh no, I was doing "Hey Good Looking," but I know. Yeah, that's why I was singing that because I've done.
Well, I told you
I've done some online shopping.
I told you I only wanted 2 things. What were those 2 things?
I don't know, but I've already got yours, so you're done.
You don't remember what I told you?
Wait a minute. It'll come to me before the podcast is over.
Well, if you can't remember, that means that's not what you bought me. Unless you're trying to fool me.
Fool me once. There's no saying in Texas. Tennessee too. Fool me once. I won't be fooled. The point is I won't be fooled. Again, yeah.
So I asked for new tennis shoes
Oh, yeah.
and perfume.
Yeah, I can't get you tennis shoes. Number one,
We can go shopping together for them.
there is no one more particular on planet Earth about her tennis shoes
Y'all, I have
than
the
Kelly
worst
Raspberry Evans, okay?
The worst time.
So I'm not going and buying any shoes.
My toes always go to sleep in tennis shoes.
Right.
I don't know why.
Ailment.
They always go to sleep, no matter what kind I get. I need new tennis shoes. I need perfume because Alien, I'm trying to save the planet and save money, let's be honest, with those refillable bottles. And I went to the department store to get it refilled and I spray it on and it just evaporates. I used to put 2 squirts on and I would smell all day and get complimented left and right. Now I'll literally stand there, 10 or 15 sprays. And by the time I drive to the Kid Craddock Morning Show studio,
Nationally syndicated,
which takes me approximately 22 minutes, it's already evaporated. Nobody can smell me.
I picked up a pair of Hokas at Ross.
That's a good deal to find Hokas.
Have you seen those
there.
Hokas that I have? They're
Yeah, I saw them in the closet today because Emma Kelly's asking for Hoka, so I'm hyper aware of Hoka right
well, they're
now.
kind of a goofy color. That's why they were at Ross. But hey, they were like pennies on the dollar. And they were my size 12. So I picked them up.
Well, good.
Yeah. But you know what?
Mister, I don't need
Okay,
anything.
here's the deal. The skipper needs to get the minnow back on course here.
I didn't know we were off course.
We're always off course. But here's what we're going to talk about. We went to Disney and we went to Universal. So we're going to do a little review of our experience in the parks.
Compare and contrast.
Oh, might do a little compare and contrast. We had a road trip. I road tripped down there, like Kelly said, with the boys. We all road tripped back. So maybe some observations, some stories, some experiences about the road trip. The rating about your pilot husband who got you all the way home safely.
Refused to let me drive.
Yes, refused to let you
Even though
drive.
I asked repeatedly.
Another thing I want to do on this podcast is since we just returned from the happiest place on earth, I would like to share with you. I have 4 stories of, I don't know what you call them. Are they parent clapbacks? Or
I did?
No. That we observed other parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
What would you?
I don't know what you call them,
that?
but
Disney disturbances.
yeah, something. I was disturbed.
Disney. Well,
Listen-
one of them happened, or a couple of them happened actually at Universal. So it's
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Well,
It was.
but they happened in Orlando, which is supposed to be just one of the happiest places on earth.
We'll have to come up with a catchy title for
Yeah,
it, like
yeah.
amusement park. I don't know.
Well,
I can't think right now. I'm so tired.
when I tell the stories, maybe it'll just come to us like what
Maybe.
we should call that bit.
Maybe we should have put some thought into it before we hit the record button, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So
catchy title to come.
So that's kind of what we're going to do.
But, you know, speaking of, Alan just said, you know, we were on this road trip, an 18-hour road trip coming back. It was a lot longer for Alan driving, but I was going to be in that car on the road trip back. And by the way, this podcast is sponsored by Relief Band.
Relief Band.
Yeah, you know, raspberries are known for a lot of things. A lot of us have red hair. That's a trait. We're big people. It's another characteristic. But another very well-known fact about raspberries is we get nauseous, car sick. We're very sensitive to medications. My daddy has been laid out flat on the floor in a cold sweat from the nausea from taking a prescription medication. We really do suffer. But Relief Band is the #1 anti-nausea wristband that quickly relieves and effectively prevents nausea and vomiting associated not only with motion sickness, but the sickness you can get from anxiety, migraines, hangovers, morning sickness, chemotherapy, and so much more. Relief Band is a natural, fast-acting relief band. That's literally what it is, and it lasts as long as you need it. It's 100% drug-free, non-drowsy, with 0 side effects. It doesn't just treat nausea. Like I said, it prevents it, so you don't have to get sick in the first place. So if you know, like me, I'm going to be sitting in that car for more than 18 hours, we thought at the time, and I have the potential of saying, Alan, pull over, I'm not going to make it, I'm about to throw up. Well, with the Relief Band, you just put it on your wrist, adjust it to this little vibration it's like magic, and no more pills that knock me out, make me sleep, no more panting like a dog. That's how I usually cope with my nausea. A game changer if you suffer like the raspberries. And over 100,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. It's a company you can trust. And Relief Band makes a really great gift if you have a nausea sufferer in your life.
And right now, Relief Band is running their biggest sale of the year for Cyber Monday. So head over to reliefband.com to receive 30% off your purchase plus free shipping. That's ReliefBand.com for 30% off plus free shipping.
You don't even have to use a promo code. Hey, if they do happen to ask you in there, make sure you tell them you heard it about it from a sandwich and some lovin'. That would be nice. All right, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the road trip out, your trip there, do it in chronological order?
Yeah, if you're wondering why we did a road trip anyway instead of fly, I don't know if you remember, but a podcast ago, Kelly, was going on the Kids trip.
Yes.
With Emma Kelly.
Annual trip
with Kids.
Chronically and terminally ill children with life-altering conditions and their families. Mm-hmm. You take them to Disney World every year with Kids.
So they left on a Thursday on the charter plane, Southwest Airlines charter plane. And I went to the hangar and did a little bit of the participated in the send-off. And that was
good, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun. They had Chewbacca was running around. They had
Disney princesses.
Yeah, it was great. And food.
A red carpet. We always do a red carpet announcing all the families and everybody, volunteers and staff. They cheer with, pom-poms and stuff as they go on the plane. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So Kelly flew with Emma Kelly to Florida. So our thought was looking at the ticket
airline prices
of flying all of us back. We decided, with what we're spending on the vacation, why don't we just try to road trip back?
So plus we need a car when we're there. Alan was going to drive in and we were just going to stay. So instead of flying back with the kids plane on Monday, we just stayed. And decided we would not only, Emma Kelly and I did some shopping while you guys went to the park one more time. Then we went to Discovery Cove. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then moved over to Universal and then drove home.
So to make a long story short, too late. We needed a car while we were there. We figured, why rent a car while we're there? That adds even more cost. It just made sense for us to road trip. So the road trip there. So this was Thursday. Kelly leaves with Emma Kelly on the flight. They're in Florida on Thursday. Friday, the boys are in school for half a day. And they're like, why do we got to go to school half a day, Daddy? I don't understand why we got to go to school half a day. I said, I don't know. That's just what your school district does. They do half a day. the day before Thanksgiving break.
Can't you just take us out early, Dad?
Yeah, there was a little bit of that talk, but I said, everybody else is going to be there. You guys should probably just go to school. I got to pack anyway, get some stuff ready. The lady's going to come pick
I bet you money half their class was empty that day.
lady's going to come pick the dogs up that morning. I had a lot of ish to do.
I'm a big proponent of pulling the kid out of school. I love that.
So Friday at around noon, around noon, they get out of school. So I go get the boys. I got the car all packed, ready to go. Dogs are gone. We have a dog sitter that came to the house, picked Larry and Zoe up. So I got the car loaded up, ready to go. Go get the boys. First thing they want to do. I want to hit the road. First thing they want to do.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. I'm like, all right.
I didn't have to have a multiple choice.
And here's the deal. I'm now in vacation mode. I'm in
Get it done.
Well, I'm in dad on vacation mode. So to me, when your kids want to do something on vacation, the answer is always yes.
That is true.
The answer is yes.
That is shockingly true.
Sure.
Everything they ask for
It's like,
is yes.
Yes.
Even though he had a cooler full of drinks, bags full of snacks, they want a Chick-fil-A? Sure.
So we go over to Chick-fil-A, and it was like the entire city of Allen had decided to go to Chick-fil-A.
Well, that's every day
after
at lunch.
school.
Well, that's like a special treat. It's late, and their lunch, there's always a line.
So they got the Chick-fil-A line doing the freaking cinnamon roll around the restaurant,
Yeah,
right?
looping
And I'm like,
around.
I ain't doing that. So I parked over in the Tomas Thumb parking lot, run into Chick-fil-A.
You think that's going to be faster,
Babe.
was it?
Way faster.
Really?
I run on up to the counter. What would you like? Number 1, Dr. Pepper. Give me some nuggies, Dr. Pepper. And there you go.
See, I've tried that before, and it ends up backfiring on me.
No. What's your name? Alan. Here you go. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, good.
I'm out of there.
I'm glad that worked well. So far, so good.
So far, so good until we get to Terrell. We get to Terrell, and I don't know what the hell happened.
How far down the road is that?
About an hour. But I think everybody was leaving DFW to go somewhere. So we
Apparently all to Orlando.
Yeah.
All going the same way.
So we get stuck in Terrell. I did the bit, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'm guilty on this trip of doing it twice.
What?
And that's when you're in bumper to bumper, and somebody's going to bust me. They're going to be like, dude, that's illegal. You're in bumper
You're
to
going
bumper.
to tell something you did that was illegal?
I am. I don't think this is.
It's illegal.
I think this is illegal. You're in bumper to bumper on the interstate, and you're just sitting there. And you're like, well, this is a bunch of crap. You look over on the access road, and there's people just flying down the access road. You're like, all right. You kind of look to your right, kind of look to your left, and do the blinker on and drive over the grass, down the ditch, over the grass
To get to the
access road.
It's a risky move.
Because I was looking at my map on my navigation, and I could see that for the next hour, it was just sitting there. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here for an hour. I'm just not going to do that. So I did this big detour around Terrell, and then finally got back on I-20, and then we just started to ball hammer it through East Texas, Piney Woods, Louisiana, Mississippi. Got to Jackson, Mississippi, and no, we don't have to, we're not going to do another something here for a minute.
Keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So we go through Louisiana,
I'm on pins and needles.
go through Louisiana, go through Mississippi, and I do the Chevy Chase bit, the Mighty Mississippi, the old miss, the old man, show the kids, show the boys the Mighty Mississippi. Cole had seen it before because we went to Florida for baseball, but Dylan had never seen the Mighty Mississippi. I'm like, hey, Dill, there's the Mighty Mississippi. He kind of looks up, goes back to sleep. Mm-hmm. So we get to Jackson, Mississippi. So when we get to Jackson, we're going to start heading south towards Mobile, Alabama, which is where we were trying to get for the night. Okay, we get to Jackson. The boys say, and it's pretty late at this point. It's dark. The boys say, I want McDonald's. I'm like, no problem, guys. The answer is
We're on vacation,
we're on
yes.
vacation. The answer is yes. Dial up the navigation, find a McDonald's. Go to McDonald's. I'm like, what do you guys want? 2 cheeseburger meal and a milkshake. I'd like a two cheeseburger meal and a milkshake. Milkshake machine's down. I thought they were joking because it's such a bit now that I started laughing But they're like, no, the machine's
Why are you laughing, crazy guy?
The machine's down. So anyway, so we pull around. I get the order, or I pull up to the window. The first thing the lady says to me is, "Did you order a fish fillet?"
Why'd she yell at you?
She
like
yelled.
that?
Even the boys were like, "Why is she yelling at you?"
Oh,
And I'm like, "No, ma'am, I didn't order a fish fillet."
but that's a good sandwich. Don't sleep on that.
Well, the boys asked me. They said, "Who orders those?"
A lot of people
And I
do.
said, "Well, if you're over 75, I think that's what you order at McDonald's."
That is not necessarily true.
I think that is
there
true.
are younger people that enjoy a fish fillet.
Okay, 70. I think that is true. I think that's for their older demographic. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. So we get our order, start going down the road, and we're about 30 minutes away from Jackson now down the road. At which point I realize I left my effing credit card
You do that a lot lately.
at McDonald's.
You do that a lot lately.
Now, here's why I'm telling this story, because this will tie in later on to another story I have to tell about being in the park. I realized this, and I just turn white, and I'd start to sweat, and I'm like,
Oh, you needed a relief band.
yeah, I needed a relief band. And I start thinking, I don't need this right now in my life. I'm on vacation.
I would have just canceled the credit card and kept on trucking.
Well, I told the boys, I said, guys, I forgot my credit card. And instead of bitching and complaining and moaning, you know what they said?
What?
They said, Dad, it's okay. They said, it's okay. And I said, really, guys? They said, yeah, it's okay, Dad. Don't
This
worry.
is like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, did you hear the music in the
no,
background?
I did. I was like, wow.
So touching.
Wow,
Did a tear come to your
It
eye?
kind of did.
I think one's coming right now.
It started to well up in the corner of my eye. And I said, and I was so defeated. I'm
It's
like,
okay, Dad.
yeah, I'm like, boys, I am so sorry. But I said, I got to go back and get this credit card because we're on vacation now. I've got a spare, but I'm going to have to cancel it. And I've got like 20 things that are auto
That's the
withdrawn off this
thing,
deal.
yeah.
And I said, we're 30 minutes down the road. It's 30 minutes back there.
And then another 30
and then 30
minutes
minutes
to
back
make
to
it
where
up,
we are. So
yeah.
we're going to lose about an hour if I do this. And they're like, Dad, it's okay. We don't mind. I'm like, okay. So I turn around, go all the way back to Jackson, get to the McDonald's. They have my credit card. Okay. So we keep going and going and going. We get to Mobile, Alabama at 1 a.m.
It's a long day.
So we left, remember, I picked the boys up around noon at school. We go to Chick-fil-A. We leave Chick-fil-A about 1 o'clock, and then we go about 12 hours and then get to Mobile, Alabama to the hotel. And I remember passing out at 1 a.m. I think we got there about 12:45.
Yeah.
But I guess the takeaway from the trip down there was I screwed up so bad leaving that credit card. That cost us an hour and a half. The traffic out of Dallas cost us about an hour. And then, yeah, so it took us probably 2.5, 3 hours more than it should have.
Well, then you get to the next day, the Florida traffic, everything gets down to, like a grinding halt with 2 lanes or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
so we left the next morning. We didn't get up super early, but we left Mobile and start heading towards Orlando. And it's about the navigation says another 6.5 hours. That's nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
It was bad because I was already in the park. So I was, with kids, and I was going to come back and get Alan and the boys and then go back to the parks with them. But it kept getting later and later and later. And y'all finally got there. And this was Saturday night. And the busiest park at Disney World on a Saturday is always Magic Kingdom. We're here at the holiday season. So where does everybody go when the lights go out and it gets dark? You go to Magic Kingdom for their Christmas fireworks that they do every night at the castle. And that's when you guys, when we all walked into the park, it was you cannot even understand the crowds of people, how busy it was.
Yeah, so
It was packed.
I guess we left that morning at about 9 or 9:30, and we end up getting to Orlando at about 8, 7:30
It was
or
a
8?
little bit earlier than that because we were in the park, I think, about 7:30 or 8.
Oh, okay. So we must have got there at about
Yeah.
6:30 or so. Anyway, it took way over 6.5, 7 hours to
It
get
took a
there.
long time.
And that's because when we got to Orlando, there was a ton of traffic.
Yeah.
Just, it was all back. And I'm thinking, I was texting Kelly. I'm like, I've never driven to Orlando. I've always flown to Orlando. But I said, of a city of this size, you got to be kidding me. They got 1 2-lane highway coming in from the north.
It's a lot.
That's all they
yeah.
got. So, and there was a wreck. So we had Beavis and Butthead up here that caused a wreck, and that backed things up for. So anyway, we finally get there. We had
It's about 22 hours total driving time, right?
Yeah. So we had a little park time that first night, and I think the first thing we did, we checked in the hotel real quick, and then you met us there at the hotel, and we go over to the park, and we took a bus, right? Yeah, we took the bus over there.
Yeah, there's a shuttle service when you go to stay at any of the Disney. If you're staying on the property, there's shuttle services depending on where you stay. There's what do you call that train? The tram. What is that called? I forgot the word all of a sudden. There's the monorail, right? Is that what's called, the monorail?
I think so.
And there's boats and things like that. But anyway, so we go over there, and Dylan, our 11-year-old, I thought maybe this was the year he'd be a little bit more daredevilish, but he's not. He's still a little skittish of some of the bigger rides. Well, Disney finally got a new Tron ride. Now, this thing, if you go to Disney World, it's in the Magic Kingdom and it's in the Tomorrowland side. And I was really kind of shocked. Was Tron a big movie for Disney? Is it a cult? I think it was more of a cult classic thing. I think when it came out in theaters, it was not a big box office hit.
Well, the original is from the 80s.
Yeah. So I think there was like a cult status for it. Like one of those movies that didn't really do that great at the box office. But for Disney to build a whole ride around it was kind of interesting because it wasn't a big, like I said. Anyway, you're on like this real techno motorcycle thing, and it's just the coolest ride.
The ride was bad.
But you have to reserve your spot. So there's a lot of little tricks and things you have to do before you go to Disney World. If you're planning your vacation, do some online research. Go to websites where people share tips and ideas, because there's a lot that you just don't know, and you don't even know the questions to ask. But there's ways to cut your wait times. There's apps you can use to make your reservation for certain rides. Not all of them are like that, but Tron is a must ride.
It was
Disney
awesome.
World.
I did it twice.
It is a must ride.
It's like a roller coaster, but you're almost standing up.
Well, you're lying
Sorta,
down like on a motorcycle. It's like you're leaning forward.
You're kind of leaning forward, yeah, but you're only being held in with your legs.
And there's like a little thing over your back, but you're watching people. And I saw a guy like almost standing up. I don't know how. I'm like worried about somebody. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to put that out in their universe, but it's a very cool ride. They're making a lot of changes. If you haven't been to Disney World in a long time, they've shut down Splash Mountain. They're reimagining it as Tiana from the Princess and the Frog movie, and there's going to be a new Tiana themed restaurant, and I don't know how they're going to redo the water ride, so that was completely shut down. From what we understand, they're getting ready to redo Dino Land in the Animal Kingdom.
So we did that the second day.
Yeah, that the second day. Now, here's the thing. We rode Dinosaur. I go every year with kids, and a lot of them are starting to like, what's going on here, Disney World? Because the last time I rode Dinosaur, I remember dinosaurs jumping out at us. It's like, and I was telling the families, oh, but it's cool, it's fun and stuff. This time we were riding in pretty much complete darkness. You could barely see anything, and got jostled so much. I wish I had been wearing my relief band on that.
I remember it last time.
I don't remember it being completely pitch black like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, I heard they're getting ready to redo Dino Land as well. So a lot of changes
they need
are coming.
Because the welcome video is like freaking Mrs. Cosby.
Yeah, it's Claire Huxtable. I mean, some of these rides have been around a little too long. Now, some of them, there's the classic nostalgia, like the Haunted Mansion and the race cars. Like when my family went there, Disney had only been, I'm old. I think we went when I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, right after it just opened. And I have vague memories. I didn't really have great memories, but when I went back as an adult and I was like, oh, suddenly things are coming back to me. And I could remember the race cars. And I remember they used to have like horses that would ride. You could ride like in a carriage behind horses. Like, you see on the side of the road now where they have horses just going in circles and ponies and stuff. They used to have a ride like that. Mm-hmm. They used to have 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with a glass bottom boat where you could look down. That stuff's all gone. but like Haunted Mansion's still there. The teacups, I'll never ride those. But
So this was
anyway, I'm really going off on a Disney tangent. Sorry.
This was Saturday, right? That we
Saturday was
okay,
Magic Kingdom.
Saturday was Magic Kingdom.
Sunday Animal Kingdom.
Sunday was Animal Kingdom. Okay, so Animal Kingdom, we did the safari. Dylan wanted to do safari.
It was so great,
It was
y'all.
so awesome. So all kinds of animals.
A baby rhinoceros was chasing our Jeep.
Yeah.
It's like a big extended Jeep.
Was that a baby?
It was a baby. It was a baby, but it's big.
That thing was huge.
And it was chasing in a sweet way. It was trying to get to the food, and I guess we were just on the same path, and it's running behind us. It was the coolest thing. The giraffes were like, every one of us on the trip that's been on a repeated time say, this is the most in your face and present the animals had ever been at Disney World.
Saw
it was
a lot
so
of-
cool.
A lot of animals. That was
Yeah,
really
you got to
cool.
do that.
What else did we do? The kids did the Avatar ride. They said that was awesome. We sat that one out.
Yeah,
What else did
it's
we
3D.
We did a lot of. What else did we do there? I know we did a lot of stuff there.
Well, I took some of the kids.
Oh,
that
we
were
did the Yeti
Yeah,
ride.
the Yeti. It's like a Mount Everest ride with the Yeti. I'm going Expedition Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the littler kids that's too much for them, or they're not tall enough. Like I volunteered to take them to see like the Finding Nemo show. So I didn't get we didn't always ride everything together.
Dill went to Finding Nemo with you. Oh, we went to the Lion King show. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
It's always beautiful.
That was awesome. Okay, so that was Sunday. Monday,
You went to Hollywood Studios. I had already been with Kids on Friday. The Kids plane left, so you and the boys went to Hollywood Studios, and I took Emma Kelly shopping, which was a debacle. It was a debacle.
okay, here's the deal. We had a debacle too at Hollywood, and I have a bone to pick with Hollywood and Disney, but we're going to get to that right after
Oh.
this.
Well, be nice because, we still have to take the kids back there next year.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I'm just saying, if you like to entertain, especially over the holidays, maybe you had a lot of people over for Thanksgiving, you're cooking for so many people, and now you've got more parties coming, right? Well, a slow cooker can be your best friend, especially in busy times like this. But is yours getting the job done? Well, this podcast is sponsored by Green Pan. Now, this is the company that makes the best ceramic nonstick cookware ever. They not only invented this technology, they literally win awards for it. Well, Green Pan recently launched their own line of slow cookers, and this is going to be a game changer in your kitchen. With just a push of a button, you can create family-sized meals in their 6-quart beauty. And I don't use the term beauty lightly because this thing is beautiful. It comes in 8 colors, so you can pick something that complements your kitchen decor and actually gives your cooking a little bit more personality. Why shouldn't it be fun like that? Anyway, just like all of Green Pan's ceramic cookware, no toxic chemicals that we can't pronounce coating the surface, none of those forever chemicals in there that we don't want to risk putting into our bodies, right? And nothing sticks. Cleanup is so easy. And with Green Pan's slow cooker, you can now brown your meat right there in the slow cooker. You don't have to brown it on the stove and then transfer it over. Green Pan slow cooker does it all at once. Now, my friend and I have been sharing slow cooker recipes a lot lately. That's because it is so much easier to get a good meal on the table for your family. And I just found one for Mississippi green beans for a crowd that's going to work perfectly in the Green Pan slow cooker. I can't wait to try it. But look, I know you'll love it. They have a 60-day return policy, so you have plenty of time to make sure Green Pan is right for you.
So toss those plastic pans and upgrade your cookware this holiday season with Green Pan. Head to greenpan.us and use promo code SANDWICH, and you'll receive 30% off your entire order plus free shipping on orders over $99. That's right, 30% off. So head to greenpan.us and make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH or they won't know we sent you.
And we want them to know.
We want them to
We
know.
do.
We want them to know.
All right, so tell your little Disney World debacle story. I'm not going to get into much with mine with Emma Kelly. It was just mother-daughter shopping at an outlet mall. It's just what good can come of that? Really quick, and you can tell your story. So while I'm fussing at her and, trying to keep my tone down in the food court and telling her, you don't talk to me with that. I'm still your mother. Here comes somebody. Are you Kelly Raspberry?
Oh, yeah.
And I have to suddenly, hi.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I am. Can I take my picture with you? Sure. I'm like, and I looked at Emma after she left. See, you have to not be acting like that, so I don't be fussing at you in the middle of the food court. Somebody might recognize me.
That happens to us a lot too when we're out and you're chewing my ass.
Alan, don't put that's not true. But everybody that's dealt with a 17-year-old, everybody who's dealt with a 17-year-old daughter shopping who isn't happy, y'all feel me on that. Okay,
so Monday, Kelly rolls on over to shop with Emma Kelly, so they take the car. I take the boys. We get on the shuttle from the hotel. We go on. No, we took the boat. There's a little boat that took us over to Hollywood Studios. So we get on the little shuttle, but it was a boat over to Hollywood, and we go into Hollywood. And so this day, it's a beautiful day, but I could tell we were dragging just a little bit. We had done this long road trip. We stayed at the park really, pretty late that first night. Did Magic Kingdom all day. Animal Kingdom all day. The second
and
day,
then went to Epcot.
No, that was
that night. No, that night of Animal. Y'all, real quick aside, if you go to Epcot, I've never done this before. Guardians of the Galaxy, the best ride.
Yeah,
get on that.
We did do that night.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because we walked 25. I had it on my watch. We walked over 25,000 steps.
Yeah, I put in over 10 miles one day.
Yeah, that day. So when we went to Hollywood, me and the boys, we were all kind of tired. But I told them, I said, "Look, we can do as much or as little as you guys want to do." And I could tell they kind of wanted.
They were leaning toward little
to not do a lot. So I thought, well, we'll just kind of maximize our time at this park and let's just go over to Star Wars World because it's cool. And I've never ridden the Millennium Falcon ride. The boys hadn't either. So I thought,
I tried to talk them out of it.
Well, the line for Millennium Falcon was 90 minutes. The line for that other one you wanted me to get on was like 200 minutes.
That's the one you should have gotten on.
I wasn't doing that. 90
Better
minutes.
Experience.
90 minutes was too long. So we go on over, get in the line. Very begrudgingly, they got in the line with me for the Millennium Falcon.
But you passed time well.
Attitudes weren't great at first, but I remember we're on vacation, and I thought, you know what? We got to improve the attitudes a little bit. Let's get Heads Up out.
Heads Up. The app on your phone is a game-changing lifesaver. And then suddenly you'll see other families like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yes.
And they'll start doing it
they
too.
They can't play enough Heads Up. So we played Heads Up in the line, and it made the wait go so fast. And it was so funny because, Dylan, when he plays these games, how he is.
Y'all, he is so funny.
He panics. That's the whole yogurt thing.
The yogurt thing.
The yogurt
panicking.
Thing. But I have the clue on my head, and the answer is seahorse, but I can't see it. So Dylan and Cole are looking at me, trying to give me clues, and Dylan will say, "It's a horse, and it lives in the sea." Like, Dill, you can't say any of the words that are like the answer.
What was that one? Emma Kelly upgraded to because Ellen DeGeneres is the one that has this, and you can upgrade to a package and get more. Because after a while, you run out of the free ones. And there was one where you have to guess the songs. Mm-hmm. I got the giggles so bad at Dylan because he doesn't know any of these songs. So he would just see the song title and just start singing it. It was
Empire State of Mind.
Empire State of Mind. It was I can't even retell it because it won't be funny, but I was just crying laughing.
He would just go like Empire State of Mind. We're like, well, Dylan, you can't sing the title.
You had to be there and hear his cute little voice. It was so funny.
Yeah, so that was funny. And another one was the answer. We were doing animals. The answer is swan. And then the boys give me a good clue. They said, the hotel we're staying at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, California.
What?
I don't know. I panicked. So they were laughing at me.
So that's your yogurt moment.
They were laughing at me for that. I was like, oh gosh, the category's animals. I was like, swan. You're just panicking.
So anyway, after how long?
Okay, so 90 minutes. It was exactly 90 minutes in this line.
They know at Disney. They say 90 minutes, there's going to be 90 minutes.
So we're all pumped. We get on the Millennium Falcon, and we're about 1 minute into the ride. And then you can just hear this.
Power down.
The lights come on, And the other people on the ride are kind of looking around, and we're looking around. And then this real awkward video comes on that I guess they play when there's a malfunction. It was like Chewbacca and somebody else. And it was like a video that was supposed to be part of the experience, but it's the one they play when the ride breaks. Sort of like, it was like, oh, this is awkward. Someone will be with you guys here in a moment. And then the character on the screen, I can't remember who the character was, but he was like, dun, 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 just doing that. Like, doo, 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 doo. And we're all like, what in the hell is going on? Well, finally, a cast member comes on and says, sorry, guys, the ride's broken. We need to get off. So we waited in line 90 minutes. We got 1 minute of ride. And then,
but they gave you a fast pass to come back.
They did make good. They said, here's a fast pass to go get back in line in the fast line, which was 45 minutes. So I told the boys, I said, here are our options. We can go eat, or we can stand in line for 45 more minutes and, experience another 2 minutes of ride that we didn't get. They were like, out.
Well, here's the thing.
Are out on that.
Here's the thing about this particular ride. You're in there with a bunch, like most rides, you're riding with people you don't know. And so if you get like the photo packages and you're, looking at the photos like, who are all these people in this car with me? It's strangers, right? But with the Millennium Falcon, everybody has a duty on the ship. A couple of people get to be pilots. A couple of people get to be the gunman or something. A couple of other people get to be the map readers, like the lamest
That
part.
was what we had.
Exactly. That's what I got when I was on it, Allen. And so 2 people get all the cool stuff because they're up there guiding the ship, and the rest of you are just pretending to push buttons. And it's just like it's a crapshoot on what you get. So that's why I said, don't do that one. I mean, I know everybody wants to do it, but go do the other one. But anyway, you didn't get to steer the ship. And Allen, they actually think the people who were steering the ship broke it.
They were all over the place.
They were like, the boys were like, they kept crashing it because it's it's a simulation.
Yeah, they were.
And they kept crashing. And so it's like, did it short circuit the system somehow? Because
we think it did.
Because when you're doing the simulation and you're crashing in the screen, it
going
jars,
bam,
it jars
bam, yeah.
the thing, so you feel like you're crashing.
Right.
And if you've got 2 bozos in charge of your life,
what's an insult to bozo? But yeah,
they're steering, and you're back there pretending to push a button or read a map that you don't understand,
right?
And then, ooh,
yeah,
ride broken.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the case or not, but
okay. So Hollywood was kind of a bust. We went and ate at one of the Star Wars restaurants. We got this big hunk of pressed chicken.
They try to make it look otherworldly.
That I was telling the boys, I'm like, I think this is like filet of Wookiee or something, because it didn't sit well. It just did not sit well. So we had that, and then we were like, well, I guess let's just go back to the hotel and get some ice cream or something.
That's what you did.
Yeah, but it was fun walking around. The Star Wars world is pretty cool. Now we're gonna jump ahead just a little bit. We went to Universal, a whole different park that I had never been to. The next day?
No, we went to Discovery Cove the next day, which was wonderful.
Discovery Cove, we'll talk about that here in a second. But we went to another park after that, Universal, where there's Harry Potter World.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter World, and I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I've not seen any of the movies. I don't really know a lot about Harry Potter. That Harry Potter World is fantastic.
I've heard all about, I hadn't been to Universal in over 20 years. And, so I've heard about the Harry Potter world. I watched the movies of the McKellies. She's way passionate about Harry Potter. It was just so beautifully done. They were saying that at one point Disney had wanted J.K. Rowling they were pitching, we want to put Harry Potter as part of our Disney World experience. And this is what we were told, that they pitched her like one ride, like some sort of like riding broomsticks, sort of like the teacups or something like that, or Dumbo, like just like the riding like that, and a themed restaurant. That's what they pitched. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then here comes Universal, and they just roll out this fantasy where you really, I mean, you walk into a village, it might be 80 degrees outside, but you see the snow. Did you not feel a chill? Like it's your mind playing tricks on you, even though it's 80 degrees and you see the snow covered Hogwarts. You're like, ooh, brr, and it's not even cold. There's a dragon that breathes fire on the town square. There's the shop where you go in and the wand picks you, you know, with the wizards, the wand picks you and they do the whole rigmarole. It's just a complete fantasy. It's great.
Amazing. There's a train.
Amazing. And the rides
There's
were
a
great.
train that goes back and forth between the parks. The streets are cobblestone. Like Kelly said, the whole atmosphere of the place. There's several rides and they're all very cool. They're all
Very
a lot
cool.
of fun.
Hagrid's motorcycle ride. I know we're
Oh,
not
that
getting
thing
the
was
name right.
awesome.
It was so cool.
Okay, now here's why I bring this up. I went to Disney for my first time. This was 4 years ago. I saw Star Wars World, the Star Wars, what do they call it? The Edge of the Galaxy.
You
or
loved
whatever.
it.
And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. Because I'm a Star Wars fan. I
feel like I'm in Star Wars
I feel
set.
like I'm in Star Wars. I go over to Universal and see Harry Potter World, and I'm like, Disney way undersold Star Wars the way they should have and could have done it.
It's still cool.
It's still cool, but
It's still cool.
if they had done it like Universal did Harry Potter World, it would be amazing. You've got, what do you got there? You got 2 rides. You got a couple of
couple more than that.
You got a couple of themed restaurants.
Yeah.
And
But you have the characters walking around.
Okay.
Chewbacca and the guards. What are they called?
Is Chewbacca walking
What are the
around?
guards? He was walking around last time. He wasn't this time, but he was. I've been there before when he has been walking around.
See here,
and they have him there like working in the garage.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, here I'm gonna nerd out on you just a little bit and play the devil's advocate. The reason I think now that I've seen it a couple of times, and now that I've seen her, that a hardcore Star Wars fan would be like, well, this is kind of crap, is because there's none of the classic characters walking around. You got Kylo Ren running around.
Yeah, it's the newer one.
He's a Disney guy. You got Rey running around. She's a Disney. None of the. Where's Darth Vader? Where's Obi-Wan?
Darth Vader is
Luke?
there.
Where's
but you
Luke?
got it. There is Darth
Where's
Vader.
R2?
But there is Darth Vader.
Where's C-3PO?
Well, they have meet and greets with them. You have to stand in line to meet them. And I think every once in a while they do come out. They just didn't happen to come out when you were there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm thinking, man,
Stormtroopers, that's the word I was looking for.
They could have done this a lot better.
Well, we will say this.
A lot better.
Disney's parades beat Universal's parades.
Now that is true. If we're going to compare and contrast.
We saw the Christmas parade at Universal, and that was kind of...
Well, Disney knows how to do a parade.
Disney knows how to do
Disney
the
can do a
parades.
parade. I'll give them that.
The Universal one, it wasn't worth sticking
They
around
had the
for.
Minions. Why am I talking like that? But they had the Minions.
But the rides, and if you're doing Disney World, every kid wants to go to Disney World, and it is great.
It is.
But don't, if you've gone to Disney World a few times, you really need to check out Universal. It's got rides that I think are a little bit more thrilling in some. But see, it's hard to say because now, like Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot, I would put that up against Hagrid's motorcycle ride at Universal.
That Guardians of the Galaxy
it was incredible.
Was terrific. It was amazing.
Had a smile on my face. I wish somebody could see what a fool I look like. I was like, this is so great the whole
Dylan
time.
rode that one. He liked it.
Yeah, Dylan was skittish of a lot of things, but he loved that.
We're going around this thing. It's like you can't even explain
the
it.
Moon.
There's the moon. We're like pointing at it. There's the moon. We're like, oh my god.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But it's great. Now I did not finally. I had never done this either. If you go to Epcot in France, there is the Ratatouille ride. If you deal with motion sickness and you don't happen to have your relief band on, avoid that ride at all costs. I had to just close my eyes. It was it made me so sick. I couldn't do it. But anyway, that's a little comparison and contrast.
Okay, yeah. So I was kind of hating on, Star Wars, The Edge of the Galaxy a little bit, but that's just because now I've seen like how a park can do it. Like, wow,
it's really fun because we haven't been to Universal in so long, so they do have a couple. They still have the ET ride, which is original, and that needs to be updated.
Babe, I tell you what,
it was really. But I mean, the the mannequins are like what you'd see in the department stores. Just
Whoever
like,
came up with that ET ride
it was crazy.
was smoking some serious stuff.
Well, we learned that there was the ET movie. Steven Spielberg did not want to do a sequel, but he gave the blessing, I guess, to someone to write a book that would be the sequel.
Yes.
And it's out there apparently if you really go look for it. And it's about when E.T. goes back to his planet, what happens there. And we all think that E.T. is celebrated and welcomed home.
No.
Au contraire. They look at him almost like a traitor, I guess is the word.
Banished him.
And they banished him.
To be a farmer.
Right, to be a farmer. And he ends up growing some like gigantic turnip or something that he then uses it. He puts a ship inside the turnip, I believe. And then comes back to planet Earth because he really misses the little boy.
Right.
And it's kind of trippy dippy, and
you think
I've never done drugs, but had I done drugs,
that's what you would have seen.
The end of the ET ride is probably what a lot of drug-induced fantasies look like.
I was spaced out.
But I didn't even know there was a sequel, and that's what the second part of this ride is based on. So if you ever ride that, know that.
Wild.
But they have like Simpsons, the Simpsons land, which was really cool. They have Cartoon Land. They have, what else? What other lands they had? They had a Minions area. They had
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat. Seussical.
Yeah.
It was just really, really cool.
I really liked Universal.
I really did too.
I love Disney World too. It's awesome. It's happiest,
you can't go wrong with either one.
Place on earth.
Can't go wrong with either park.
But that Universal was just cool. It was really cool.
And then all the shops around it leading up to it.
Lots of great places to eat, great restaurants. We ate at several really great restaurants.
It was fun. So that's but we also should talk about our Discovery Cove experience, and our kids really loved it too. That's the thing, is like you want to make, if the kids are happy, that makes a better experience for the parents. But it was such a nice buffer between the parks and all the chaos of walking and getting on these thrill rides, because Discovery Cove is like, it's like a park, but it has these lagoons, I guess, and a lazy river with the water is warm, which is really nice, and a place where you can eat a buffet meal and you can have a cabana and just kick back. It was just chill. We got to have a dolphin experience, these beautiful dolphins, and they take I know a lot of people are really hung up about dolphin experiences, but this is so sweet and so loving, and the dolphins are very well cared for. And if the dolphins don't want to participate, they do not have to. They're not forced to do anything against their will. So it was really a great experience.
And a lot of them were born there.
A lot of them were born there. There were rescue dolphins and then ones that are born there, and they live a lot longer like that. And then Alan took Dylan and Emma, Kelly, and Cole underwater in these big oxygen helmets because Dylan didn't want to, so I stayed out with him.
I don't think he would have liked that.
Yeah, and y'all, because he's just he's 11, I'm just kind of a little skittish about that too.
Those helmets weigh 70 pounds.
It was a lot, but it was such a wonderful. So Discovery Cove, if you're doing like we did, it was such a nice buffer day to just chill. And
it was a lot of fun.
The kids really enjoyed it too. The aviary. That was Dylan's favorite part. They give you cups of food and the most beautiful birds you've never seen before in your life. These exotic things just come and eat out of your hand.
They just land right on your hand or on your arm. And Dylan, that was the one thing he said, I want to feed exotic birds.
That's literally
that's what he kept saying.
He asked for.
I want to feed exotic, and he got to do it.
He got to do it.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you do a little bit of something, and then we're going to bring it home for Jerome with the top 4 parent to kid clapbacks that we heard at our time at Disney and Universal.
All right. And actually it was kid to parent.
And it's gonna make your heart hurt.
It was kid to parent mostly.
It's gonna make your heart hurt just a little bit.
Oh, it's funny.
But I'm gonna tie this into something we talked about at the beginning.
All right. Well, Alan and I don't know if Alan's looked at our calendar for the next few weeks, but we have quite a few holiday parties coming up. And I love it because this year I'm really into getting dressed up. I just went out and found the cutest holiday sweaters. I'm excited that I get to wear a different one to each party, but it's also fun to play with your makeup. And, maybe you want to try a smoky eye or go with something a little bit more frosted, in the winter theme, or maybe you finally want to try a cat eye. This is your time to do it. And you can do all that and more with Thrive Cosmetics. Now, if you're like me, you first discovered Thrive on social media with that viral mascara ad that we all saw, that turquoise tube. This is the first product I ordered from Thrive, the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. Now, it's been a while since I talked about it because I focus on different products, but I used to get lash extensions. My natural lashes ended up being just little nubs. So I decided to give my lashes a break, and I used Thrive's Liquid Lash Extensions. And my daughter, Kellie, and I were sitting in her bed, propped up, and we're watching Gilmore Girls or something. And she looks over at me, profile, and says, "Did you get lash extensions again?" And it was literally just this mascara. So I have proof that it works. And I love that also you don't need to use soap or anything to get it off, just a washcloth, some warm water. It's so easy to remove. And it actually nourishes your eyelashes. It's got ingredients that support longer, stronger, healthier looking lashes over time. My friends love receiving it as gifts, and Thrive Cosmetics is now offering this mascara in a limited holiday packaging. So that makes cool little gifts to give. And they have also pre-made sets that you can save a little extra there with their best-selling products like the Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara, the Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner, that's my mom's favorite, and their Luminous Brilliant Eye Brightener that I use each and every day. And remember, for every thing you buy from Thrive, not only during the holidays but year-round, Thrive Cosmetics donates products and funds to help communities thrive by supporting charities close to your heart, like charities for breast cancer survivors and charities supporting our vets.
So give the gift of Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. And right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com /sandwich. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com /sandwich for 20% off your first order.
There you go. All right, bring it home for Jerome with your bit, babe.
We're going to bring it home for Jerome. This is kind of a bit, but I think there's I was thinking about how to talk about this or how to present this, but I think there's kind of a lesson in here maybe somehow. Let me just talk through it, and maybe you can help me through this.
Yeah.
When you're at an amusement park, when you're on vacation with your kids, your family, there are times when it's not happy all the time. There are times when there's a frustration. A parent gets frustrated.
A kid needs a nap.
A kid needs a nap.
Has had too much sugar.
Right. A kid gets frustrated.
Doesn't want to ride something, but I want to ride it. No, I want to do it.
Yeah. And I think most families have been there. You spend a lot of money on this vacation. You've planned it,
and the kid doesn't care how much money you spent. And then it's like, I've spent all this money, and you're having you're giving me this attitude. It's,
right.
Ugh,
you want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
You want it to be fun. You want everything. You just
to be magical.
You want everything to be magical. You want everything just to be perfect. And I think 99% of our time on our experience was awesome.
Yeah.
A few times where somebody got grumpy about something, but very little. We didn't have a lot of that. I thought the kids were really great.
Y'all, on the road trip home, not one fight, not one argument. It was amazing.
Yeah. So, when you spend days and days in the park around a lot of people, and I'm naturally kind of not nosy. I guess I've said before.
You just like people watching.
I notice a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you people watching.
I notice everything, but I notice a lot of stuff and I hear a lot of stuff. So I kept a mental log of some interactions between parents and kids. Now, let me also say, I would never say anything to another parent about how they're doing or what they're doing. I don't know the circumstances.
Well, if you would intercede, is that the right word? If there was an abuse thing, we would all intercede. So these are not abusive situations.
That's not what I'm talking
these
about.
These are frustrated parents and children.
Right. And we've all seen that in public.
Right.
And you kind of get a little, I kind of get embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't, it makes me feel like,
Icky, awkward. I don't want to
it's
watch
awkward.
This.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward when you see like a parent like really yelling at their kid, or a kid just beating on their parent as the parent's trying to, carry him somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say that too, that while I'm kind of personally judging, I would never like.
All right. This is a lot of buildup for your bit, hon.
A lot of buildup. So here are 4 that I observed. And they're funny, but then they're also kind of like,
all right, honey, just do it.
I don't know.
You're not going to get in trouble
well,
for this
it's
bit.
just making me feel a little
I don't
uncomfortable.
know why.
Okay, so here at the happiest place on earth, we decide we're at Epcot.
Yes.
And we are hungry. So we all grab fish and chips.
Fish and chips in England.
We're in England.
Yes, we're in England for this particular. But the problem with Epcot is not a lot of seating.
No.
So you have to hope somebody's getting up from the table that they have dirtied, or you find a curb or a random park bench.
Yeah.
Which we did find a park bench to sit on.
So we're all posted up on the park bench eating fish and chips out of our lap.
Separately,
which
because we couldn't find them together.
Which, by the way, I love doing. I love eating in my lap.
Yeah, it's your favorite.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do. That's why I love Sonic so much. So I'm eating my greasy fish and chips in my lap.
It was good, wasn't it?
It was really good, but that caused me an issue later on that was historic. And in fact,
we all know you have issues.
And in fact, the boys were like, why are you doing this so much? And I said, because I had the fish and chips and they were very greasy.
So when I accuse you of having gastrointestinal issues, you say, no, I don't. But when the boys do it, like, it's just the way I'm made.
So me and Cole are sitting on this bench, and a mom basically has her son, who I think was about 4 or 5. He wasn't a toddler, but he wasn't as old as Dylan. She's basically got him by the ear.
Oh.
Yeah. Like by the shoulder or by the ear. I couldn't tell because I'm cramming my face with fish and chips, and me and Cole are watching. So she's leading him out, and she says to him, this little kid, I'm going to take you out of this park right now. He looks up at her and says, no, you won't. She looks back down at him and says, yes, I will. He looks back up at her. No, you won't.
And you know what? He's right. Because Mama's like, he's right.
Doubled down.
I know. There's more to see. I spent too much money.
Little 5-year-old doubled down on his mom.
He knows the drill.
So that one was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Cole and I were laughing about it. We're like, oh, God, he doubled down on his mom. That guy's got...
I thought she said I was going to take you home.
I'll take you out of here right now. I'm going to take you home right
I'm
now.
going to take you home
said,
right now. He's like, no, you won't.
Well,
and that's the truth.
What does
No,
that
you
matter
won't.
to the story? It doesn't matter.
But taking him home means you've spent so much money, you're not going home. You know you're still on vacation.
Take you out of the park, take you home.
Well, taking home.
Did it matter that
home.
much?
I'm just saying, take you home is what I thought was said.
The punchline is he doubled down on his
I know.
mom. Okay. The second one I saw, now this one made me sad. This is Thanksgiving Day. We're eating in a restaurant. We're having our Thanksgiving Day lunch.
Yeah. It wasn't turkey
Which
or
wasn't
anything,
turkey or
but
anything
it was just
traditional.
we all wanted to sit down and have a nice lunch for Thanksgiving Day.
Which we were having a nice lunch.
I had pad thai.
Yeah. I had a burger, I think, or a
Yeah.
sandwich of
It
some
was a
sort.
very eclectic menu.
Yeah. So over at the table behind us, I'm facing the boys are across from me, but behind them is another table. And there's a dad. He's very, very frustrated on Thanksgiving Day. He's got a son who I think might have been in a high chair.
No, he had 2 boys. There was one that was just sitting there not getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And the one sitting closest to us is the one getting in trouble. And I would say he was probably about 10.
Oh, okay. So he was about 10. And the dad says to him, I told you to eat half the pretzel. Not the entire pretzel, half the pretzel.
As the kid sits there shoving the pretzel, just looking at his dad,
Just
keeps shoving it in his mouth.
Just eating that pretzel, looking at his dad straight in the eye.
Didn't even look like he was bothered.
The dad puts both palms on his face and shakes his head.
Buries his face in his hands, and the kid's just sitting there eating the last few bites of that pretzel.
So I'm thinking, dude, it's like Thanksgiving.
He was really pissed. We were
He was
watching
really
him. He
pissed.
was so bent out of shape over that.
I didn't
and the
understand
kid just
why.
sits there and keeps eating. The other brother's not paying attention. Here comes mom, and she sits down, and he's like, "Can you believe this?"
Yeah.
And it was just like he was letting that ruin his day.
That was one of the ones I'm like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
make me very, very awkward.
Yeah. Told you not to eat the whole pretzel. I told you to eat half the
pretzel.
He just keeps eating it.
Okay, so there was that one. It was almost like a no wire coat hangers moment, you know?
That was odd.
Another one. Family, the children, the mom and dad are trying to get the children to take a picture in front of something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, they have these little, like in the lands, there's like stuff you can just take a picture in front of. It's like picture spots.
Okay. And there's a spot where the children can stand so that you can get the perfect picture.
Right.
So that's the setting here. A couple of kids were standing where they should. There was one kid in this family that was not standing where he should.
Outside the perimeter.
At which point, the dad says, "Stand in the yellow box." I don't want my picture. Stand in the yellow box. Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah. It was just
It was very tense.
It was just like that. And we're like, is this the freaking happiest place on earth or what? Why's he yelling at his kid to stand in the yellow box?
Because you're the parent. Again, it goes back to follow the money. Mom and dad have spent so much money. All we want is one freaking picture of our happy children in the happy place here in this happy park. Stand next to your brother and sister, get in the freaking yellow box, and smile. That's basically what he wanted to say.
You need to change your voice when you say all that.
No, I'm fine with it.
It's almost like the Wally World bit in Vacation.
It's exactly. That's a
he
very
flipped out.
parents relate to that. That's why that movie was such a success.
Right.
It's like we've all been there.
He punches freaking the moose in the nose.
Just trying to have happy memories with my family.
Right. He was over it. And then the last one, you do this one better than me, but the setting.
Remind me what it is.
Because you do some accent that's like a Brooklyn accent or something.
Okay.
Or Cher. I can't really tell what it is, but
Yeah.
we see a kid and he's got dirt. I think it was a girl.
It was a boy.
It was a boy, and he's got
he has black stuff
He has
on
dirty
his
hands.
They're black. He says, "Mom, what is this? I've got black stuff on my hands." And she's like, "What is it, love?" He said, "I've got black stuff. Why? Why do I have black stuff?" She goes, "Love, when you touch something dirty, you get black stuff on your hands." Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Exactly like that. She throws down the savior of man at the end
She
of that.
calls him love. Love.
And then
When you touch something dirty, you get
get
black
black
stuff on your hands. Jesus. Like, okay.
we're like, gee whiz.
Just the funniest little observations from parents and children.
Okay, so here's how I'm going to tie all this together.
Okay, bring it home.
I'm bringing it home for Jerome, babe. So I don't know, like, what the best way to sum this up is. I think that you can learn a lot from your kids, just like they learn a lot from you. Here's what I learned from my kids on this trip. So when I was in Jackson and I totally screwed up, I had to go back and get my credit card. And I told the boys, I said, guys, I've cost us an hour and a half on this trip. They said, Dad, it's okay. It's no big deal. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, let's just go get the credit card. We're going to get to the hotel. They were the ones talking me off the cliff.
Yeah.
They really were. Both of them, Cole and Dylan, said, even Cole, you know how Cole, he rubbed my shoulder. Dad, it's okay.
Oh.
He said, it's okay. Because I was getting all bent out of shape. I was getting real wound up.
But see, here's the thing. If I had been in that car, it would have been my fault that you forgot your credit card.
How would that have been your fault?
I just know.
Oh, come on.
I just know.
So they said, Dad, it's okay. We go get the credit card in. Fast forward to Animal Kingdom. And I don't think I told you this. We're at Animal Kingdom. I think you were there. I think you do know
I don't
this.
know what you're going to tell, so.
We got off the shuttle and we're walking about 5 minutes. And Dylan has a Pluto hat that he got 4 years ago from Disney that Pluto signed when he met Pluto. He took it off on when he was on the Jeep looking at all the animals. And we're walking about 5 minutes away from that safari. And I said, Dill, where's your Pluto hat? He goes, I forgot it on the Jeep. And he started to get upset. He's like, Dad, I'm so sorry. I did. He thought I was going to get mad at him. And I'm like, Dill, did you get upset with me when I forgot my credit card? And it just kind of clicked. It clicked with him. And it clicked with me. You know, it was like, why would I be mad at that? You didn't get mad at me. Why would I treat you like that when you didn't treat me like that? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I was having a hard time on how to tie all this together, but I think in those kind of situations where you're so frustrated, like you can learn something from your kids, just like they're going to learn something from you.
Yeah.
You know? Like they're going to remember the way these things went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to remember how these things went down.
I think it's also important to remember that before you sit down for Thanksgiving meal with your family, to only eat half the pretzel.
Only half the pretzel.
Right? That's
Right.
another lesson we should take from that.
Yes. I don't know. That was some wild stuff, man.
It was a fun trip.
It was a fun trip.
I'm glad we did it. And now Alan and I we were talking about, let's take another road trip. Me and Alan go somewhere. We were talking about going to the Grand Canyon. And then we were talking about this before the Florida trip. Like what has gotten into us? We're like, we just need to go and do and see things. And now we're like, dang, that was an expensive trip. I don't know if we're going to end up doing anything at all now. I don't know what we're doing.
I don't either. I guess we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out.
Maybe we'll have some more adventures to talk about.
Maybe. We only have a little bit of year left.
But here's the thing. We need to wrap this up, and we need to get some Christmas decorations up. Not tonight, but
Yeah,
within the
y'all.
next few days.
I am on fumes. So we did the road trip back from Florida. And then Sunday, I spent all day doing laundry and just kind of, getting back in order. Had to go back to work Monday. Then Tuesday night, we had Jingle Ball. And this is a national, iHeartRadio thing. And
iHeartRadio.
but it was all the way out in Fort Worth. And I have, Emma Kelly and her friends in the car out there really late. Didn't get home until and didn't get to bed till 1 a.m. And then today I was just so tired at work. Have you ever been so tired that everything about you is buzzing? It's like my teeth were buzzing, my skin was buzzing, and I was just like, everything was about me was just like buzzing. And so I haven't been able to, I finally got a nap today for a couple of hours and feel a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know why I told that story. I guess I'm not completely back on track yet, but it's been a lot. But that was why I told it, because I haven't gotten around to decorating the tree yet. But that is on my list of things to do, honey. You got it down. I decorate it.
Yeah, we'll get it done. Oh, and by the way, just to finish what I was saying before, sorry, Dylan did get his hat back. We went and got the hat. It was not a big deal.
We also left it at breakfast. I had to go back and get it then.
Yeah.
He forgets that goofy hat a lot.
He forgets that goofy hat. But fortunately for us, we didn't have a stand in the yellow box moment.
We did not. I did have to have a little moment with Emma Kelly in a food court, but that's all right.
All right, babe. Well, this was good. You got anything else?
No, I think we've talked quite a lot
All right, a
today.
little bonus content today.
Hopefully it was interesting. I don't know.
Well, hopefully.
People care what we have to say. Do they like our stories? I don't know.
I can probably take it or leave it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I love you desperately.
Stuck around this long. Yeah, I guess you took it.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love Disney desperately. I love Discovery Cove desperately.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
I love Universal desperately.
Why should you have to choose?
You
Why
sh-
can't you just love them all?
and we didn't even, we'll have to talk about that next podcast.
What?
We had a guide. We didn't even mention him. Anthony. What? Why? What?
I don't know.
Why would we not? What? Why is that
What are we going to tell?
You're looking at me funny like,
What are we going to tell?
How much fun it was, how great he made the experience.
Yeah, he was the one that told us all those stories I was sharing.
Yeah. Okay, well, I love Anthony desperately, but I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye!
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why customers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ever wonder who's out there making the world go round? It's truckers. Who unites baristas with coffee beans? Truckers. Who unites dogs with their favorite chew toy? Truckers. That's why Progressive offers truckers even more protection with Cargo Plus coverage to keep truckers moving right along. Quote truck insurance today in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not yet available in California, New York, and Virginia.
For a small business owner, every day is full of surprises. Some great, some not so great. Like when a client cancels their order at the last minute. But here's a surprise you will like. Progressive provides small business owners with 30 customizable coverage options to help keep their business going strong. So go ahead, surprise yourself. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates and third-party insurers. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.